guys, so in this video I will show you my arrangement of Girl from Ipanema. Now as always, the sheet music is linked in the description. So this is going to be played in a standard bossa style, and it's going to sound like this. So firstly, the left hand just plays a standard bossa bass ostinato pattern over and over again, just following the chord progression all the way through the song. So the rhythmic pattern is up in the picture-in-picture, and essentially you're just playing the root and the fifth of the chord using that rhythmic pattern. But every now and then we add a little chromatic run or a little bit more sort of ornamentation or movement just to make the left hand bass line a little bit more interesting, but still really sticking to that basic rhythmic framework, just with a little bit of, I suppose, ornamental movement in between it. Now the right hand is doing two things. It's playing the melody with the top few fingers on the right hand, more or less as written in the lead sheet, but a little bit more rhythmically freely or freely interpreted. And with the bottom fingers, it's playing some fragment of the chord, whether it's 3rd 5th or 3rd 7th or 5th 7th, just some portion of the chord. Now you don't need the full chord in your right hand, you certainly don't need the root, because your left hand is already outlining the root and the fifth. So ideally your right hand should be focusing or emphasizing the 3rd and the 7th, because we've already got the root and the fifth covered in our left hand. But that might be a little bit awkward to reach sometimes, you might have to stretch a bit too far, in which case I just make it easy on myself and do, again, 3rd, 5th or 5th, 7th. So the melody goes... So I played that with the top few fingers in my right hand, and then we overlay that with those chord fragments. And we play those chord fragments in a bossa rhythm, so you want quite a bit of syncopation. The formula I usually follow is I start by playing on the beat, then play off the beat, and then come back to playing on the beat. So something like this. So whenever I play a melody note, I play the chord fragment with that melody note, so I'm sort of playing a whole bunch of notes all at once and my hand's kind of just bobbing up and down. reach a long note, I play and hold that long note, and then I use, again, the bottom couple of fingers in my right hand to play the chord fragment, in this case the 7th and the 3rd of the F major, using that bossa rhythm. So that together it sounds like this. And then I do the exact same thing in section B, but sometimes instead of playing all the notes at once, I play them sort of quickly one at a time, like a little run, like a little glissando or arpeggio, if you like. So again, whenever I play a melody note, I play the chord fragment with that melody note. And if it's a long melody note that I sit on for a couple of beats, then I kind of comp or play that little bossa rhythm in between to fill out the empty space. Right, so it starts with a long melody note, so I play it and then I fill out the space. Then the melody moves around a bit, so I play it with the chord fragment. And then again, we've got another long melody note, so I fill out the long melody note where nothing happens with that chord fragment again, using that bossa rhythm. And then you keep doing the same thing. So there where the melody kind of moves around a little bit more and jumps down and then walks back up. I play single melody lines until the last note and then hit a chord to harmonize that last note. And then we're back to the final A section. And so on, all the way to the end of the song. Now, these rhythmic patterns are a little bit complex if you've never played them before, this sort of the bossa rhythm. But if you just play it really slowly, hands separately, really focusing on the rhythm and sort of repeating it over again, maybe for a few weeks or even months, eventually you'll just internalize the rhythm. It's essentially just like playing with a swing rhythm or with a clave rhythm or with even a straight rhythm. You just got to play it enough times to kind of internalize and get the rhythm into your muscle memory, and then it'll happen quite naturally. But as always, when you're learning a new rhythm, it is quite difficult to coordinate at first. So you really got to really sit down and play it nice and slowly with a metronome, if you like, hands separately, and then slowly start combining it. Cool, but otherwise, that's it. Make sure to check out the sheet music, as I said, in the description. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. See ya.